heaven isn't just a place where you chill out for ages.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they have an identity crisis in that some of them think they're God. They think they can just create a religion that they even admit that they don't believe in for the other peasants to follow. Because, I've actually interacted with people like that. Oh, I don't
Mm,
really believe it, but I'll just create a religion. The peasants will just follow me, you know. And you think, well, they're not,
mm,
because the whole idea of all the previous prophets is that, Moses, Abraham, there's some story about, oh, it's not just me, God supports me, God agrees. Look, he's given me the Torah. Look, he told me not to sacrifice my son, and told us to stop practicing human sacrifice.
mm.
And look, the Quran, it's not me, your humble unlettered prophet. It's from God. I couldn't possibly write in such, elegant poetry, etc.
Mm.
So, um, so the basic understanding is absent in that, all these prophets of God didn't just say, oi, it's me, listen to me, because
Mm.
I'm the bee's knees and I've got control over the police force and the army. They're saying a higher force supports them, but
Yeah, they
they
had
are
to make
only
a lot of
mortal.
practice. It wasn't about them. I mean, it wasn't about the prophets. The prophets had to sacrifice potentially their lives. Like Moses had to go in front of Pharaoh, and Moses like, I'm not sure about this. I'm gonna get killed or something, but I'll do it anyway. It wasn't an obvious power grab. It was probably the worst possible way, but we look back in history and go, wow, they did well. Actually, I mean, you have to really, I'm not even sure looking at Moses as an example of gaining power because, yeah,
40
sure, 40
years of wandering.
years and exactly that. You only look back and look at the Jews now, but he wasn't like they didn't really listen to him,
Yeah.
except for across this. That's about it. They
You
crossed
know,
that river, and
he,
that was it. Yeah,
Yes, because you sort of wonder if Moses might have said, "Well, I'm not going to bother then." 40 years of wandering, and I don't even
yeah.
get there because he never lived to see the promised land. He only
That's
saw it
right.
from a
Because it
distance.
wasn't about him. It was about him listening to God. That was it. So anybody who thinks they're going to make up a religion and like they're just copying the prophets and it was all they've really haven't looked back in history and understood what really happened there. Even Prophet Muhammad, the most successful prophet to, gain so much land and all this kind of stuff. He put his life in peril all the time, and he had the most difficult life possible, and people offered him so much stuff and he didn't take it. All his enemies were saying, "Oh, we'll give you women, we'll give you money. What do you want?" And it's like nothing. Just have to stop believing in idols and stuff like that. That's all I'm asking. And they said no. Do you know what I mean? So people really haven't understood history if that's what they think. They're going to make up a religion. I think this is a weird thing. I'm meeting all these different people like Vincent, whatever. People who think they're going to make up a religion. They don't necessarily even believe in a god. It is very egotistical. I think from what I'm hearing, the little what I've understood from white supremacists is that they just want to be in charge. They don't know what it takes to be in charge, the responsibility, the effort, the sacrifice. That's what it's really about to be in
Well,
charge.
the
But they just,
self-discipline that,
hmm.
that they don't have. They can't help but um,
Yeah, it's all
behave
about,
badly towards each other. Forget us. They can't even get
yeah,
on with each
it's
other.
actually very childish from what I might, the little bit that I managed to understand. Like, so you passed me a video from John, no, Vance, right?
John Vance,
And
yes.
yeah, and I thought it was telling because, okay, that group that I've been added to join, Cube or something.
Hmm.
Are they a lot of far right or whatever? I don't know.
I don't think. Well, I
But what
think
my
so,
point
but I
is,
mean,
all
they're basically,
they seem to be little kids talking about their sexual fetishes, like they're not growing up. It's like I
yeah,
feel like
lost
even
boys, lost boys.
Lost Boys, but even the guy who's supposed to, he sees himself as the king of dissident, whatever, white dissident, I can't remember what they would call it, right? Who's that Thomas guy? What he was thinking about
Thomas
was sex.
Barton Rees.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm gonna have sex, I'm gonna have hate sex, this sex, whatever sex. It's like, what else are you gonna do? Like, I feel like John Vance was on point that essentially I don't like calling people losers, but they're behaving like losers. They're like, they don't have a plan, they don't want to do anything, they just want to be in charge. And it's kind of like this thing of like, we were white, and I mean we are white, and we used to be in charge of stuff, and we can't let go of it, and we just expect it to carry on happening. And they're just whinging all the time. It's like, I wish we could stay in charge, but then you have to do something about it to be in charge.
Yeah, I mean, they can't even desire to marry a woman of their own race. I mean, they don't want to, restore the patriarchy, but because they sort of think, oh, I've got to stick with just one woman. I've got to pay for the children, and I can't be having sex with other women. And it's that alone is enough to put them off. And it's like,
Interesting.
well,
Okay, let's make this a bit more interesting for the last 5 minutes since you mentioned that. So I'm looking for a second wife. And I just talked to one person that I want to probably talk to another person, keep going through people. So what's this idea of men, these white women, I would say white men thinking that being married to one person is very limiting? I kind of understand it, but what is their idea?
Well, I suppose they think, they'd like to have sex with 4 women without any of them complaining. And of course, the Muslim, option of polygamy, in a way, both entices and repels them. But I mean, obviously, it's not the same, having sex with 4 women, but it's not just that, is it? You have to pay for their stuff and their children and look after their needs.
But is it better? I think what I mean by not grown up is people think that if they have sex with lots of strangers or something, that there's some sort of quality relationship or that they're going to enjoy it. I don't think so, because like sex is in the mind. Wouldn't you say? Like, wouldn't you say there's some, like, if you, like that guy who was saying he's going to have hate sex with you, it's like, that guy is so, like, he doesn't understand anything about relationships. Like, he is like a child is he literally living in his parents' basement?
Yeah, well, yes, he is living with his parents.
Yeah, I mean, living with your parents is not such a bad thing, but it kind of has that mentality of like they don't understand relationships, and they don't understand how these one night stand kind of things are not working out. Like, that's why they don't realize they're depressed. They don't realize that they're creating lots of broken women who, like John Vance was saying, like at the end of his video, like Western women are really horrible people because they were turned into horrible people because they were, like you say, pumped and dumped or whatever it was called. Like, you become really broken people. I'll be shocked if my daughters had to go through any of like what Western women have to go through. So yeah, that's what I've got to say about that. I just think it's such a messed up situation.
But they're hooked on it.
Yeah.
They're hooked on the idea that it is a human right to have sex with. I mean, I guess a liberal standard of sexual morality is sex with another consenting adult.
Well, that's the same reason they're hooked on porn, and that's the same reason why they're going towards pedophilia. So, I mean, do you know, like, there was this movie that came out about hunting down all the pedophiles, written by some Christian people. It was really famous for a bit. I don't know. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Yes, I can't remember the name now. Voice of something like that.
Yeah, Sound of something. No.
Freedom, Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom, right? Okay. I mean, one of the terrible things. I mean, very good to see you, Universal Truth, Simon. Simon, you've been out of touch. All you have to do is install Telegram, then I can call you. Gosh, I've been waiting for him to call for ages. You know Simon, don't you, from Speaker's Corner?
Yeah.
The Irish guy.
Right.
You've forgotten him? No, you can't remember.
Mm,
Maybe you were. Anyway,
yeah,
so,
I have a vague memory now. Yes, yes.
oh yeah, I mean you were there just once or twice, I think, to be fair.
Hmm.
Um, Khalid sounds like he objects to pedophilia. Okay, never mind. Okay, so but we'll do more useful comment. I would love to have 4 wives. Imagine what work that would get done. Let's change the law quick. I mean, Simon, first of all, we have to get you your first wife, and before that, we have to get your son married. Yeah, uh, you know, uh, and pick up the phone. Let's sort it out like the Muslim way. No faffing around like usual white people do, like Danny Dingo Bat. I bet you're not married, are you? Um, so. And I don't mean to just be mean, but I think a lot of the comments I see on the cube and stuff, they're just talking about, I don't know, random comments. And I don't think married people are. Can you tell the difference between when a married man talks and a non-married, no
Yeah,
relationship man talk? They're
like
just
a
talking crap.
teenager.
Yeah, you sound like a teenager. Say random stuff. Like I wouldn't bother saying that. God, it sounds like he objects to pedophilia. I wouldn't bother. I mean, I like people in the live chat, but you know what? The reason why I'm getting a bit more harsh on people is like, sort your lives out. Do something about it. Danny Dingo Bat. I'll sort you. I bet you're not married. First of all. Second thing, become a Muslim. I'll sort you out. You know, like there's no messing around. I just, I was in a meeting looking for one wife. Second, and next moment I might ask the neighbor. It'll be one after the other. Bang, bang, bang. Yes, no, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Are you really looking for a second wife?
Yep. Yes. Right now, as of last week. So I just
Okay.
talked to somebody. I might, but I'm trying not to ask people unless they've got a really good chance of meeting my demands. So we could do a video on that, like what are all my demands. But yeah,
Yeah, that'd be fun. So,
that
so,
would be
so
interesting.
the current the missus is okay about it. Yes.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
we agreed. uh so I'm not sure how much I want my 11-year-old to listen to right now. She's
Okay.
on the other side of this camera, of this computer, finding some clothes. But anyway, but yeah, that's the idea. It's just very technical. It's just like I need more of what you get in the bedroom, and it's hard to keep up with me. So that's what it is. That's just the Muslim way. We're just very practical.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, I've got a book about that, about how a Muslim man is supposed to deal with, when he wants to go on holiday, which wife should he take when he's got four and they all want to come, how it is to be decided, and it sounds like
Wow.
yes, a lot of trouble, and you have to be fair to them,
Oh yeah. I
draw
mean, yeah,
lots or just choose the one you want to come with you, you
yeah,
know, or make them all stay behind or whatever.
yeah. I suppose I could answer all these questions. Like, I'm a troublemaker. I like part of my nature to become a. So, I'll try to answer some of the better questions of Danny. Oh, is it? What's this? Universal. I'll try and get in touch via Insta. I don't use Instagram. Uh, Telegram. I'll write Telegram. Simon, Telegram. He doesn't even use WhatsApp. Um, Okay, so how old should she be? 11 or up, as long as she's a woman. Yeah, and there'd be like people be good. I'm happy if you're going. Okay, as long as she's grown, mentally able, ready. I love I love to be able to break British law in Jordan. That's my very nature, just like being annoying. But generally, I think women get more stupid as they get older. Not necessarily everybody, Claire, but I'm just saying, I don't know if you agree, but you can be educated out of your common sense. Especially if you're living in the West, you develop really stupid ideas as you grow up. So I do prefer, I think Andrew Tate says something like that along those lines. What do you think about that? Can you be educated out of your common sense, Claire?
Oh yes, I mean university graduates are all like that.
Hmm.
I mean,
Well,
if they did a social science degree.
hmm.
because they've all
Okay.
been indoctrinated.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm overlapping something else that I should already be doing. Conversations are too juicy all the time, isn't it? I've already promised to be in an Arabic class with somebody at 1:15, and I was supposed to do something before that. So I'm missing out oh no, that's in 15 minutes, but I have to pray before that. So anyway, that was a nice juicy conversation, but we'll kind of make it. We didn't really get into Islamophobia. Maybe people can be Islamophobic about marrying 11-year-olds. Give me some hate in the comments. That would be interesting.
But the age of consent is 15 in Jordan, isn't it?
Oh really? Oh no, I didn't check the rules. Okay, I'll have to be 15 then.
All right.
I love to do a Prophet Muhammad kind of thing and really wind people up, and then what are the Muslims going to say? But they made it 15. How do you know this stuff?
I just looked it up online because I thought,
Oh,
no, it can't be 11, not
yeah, I
even in
suppose.
Muslim countries. So I
Yeah.
knew you were pulling our legs.
All right. Yeah. I wasn't. I'm a really bad person.
Mm.
Okay. What's this? Oh yes,
No,
if you
it
learn
actually
Quran.
says it's 18.
Is it
It says it's
18?
18. Yeah.
Oh,
Under the
okay.
Jordanian person status law, the minimum legal age for marriage is 18.
That's really weird. Okay.
But however, children below the age of 16 can receive judicial consent to marry before the age of 16. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that sounds like effort. Yeah.
So there's a loophole there.
Yeah, I can't be too bothered about that kind of stuff. It's too much effort. Anything that's more straightforward. Anyway, all right. So we've got 5 viewers already. Somehow that's amazing. Good catching up with you. Maybe we'll talk again later. All right.
Okay then.
Thanks. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
You too. Bye.